Let's go live. Let's go live. Mark out Mania. Whoa, Mark out Mania. Saturday morning, and we're marking out on Mark out Mania. Hola, amigos.
Brutal.
And welcome to Mark Out Mania. I'm Pedro Boriquedro, Texan Spaniard, and we've got James the Extra Sarno, aka Jim House. How are you?
AKA Thomas Honda. I'm good.
Oh yeah, Thomas Honda. That's right, Thomas Honda.
Yeah, I'm good. It's the sixth. I can't believe 6 years we've been doing this. Brutal.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Ready to rock and roll.
Brutal.
Let's do it.
Like awesome, brutal at the same time.
Yeah, you know, it's been a roller coaster for Mark Out Mania.
That's right.
May 12th, 2018 was the first episode.
Green by Bell, what's up? He says torturing us for 6 years.
Whoa. Who's that we have? It's the God of Thunder. Is this King Dark? How are you?
What's up? I'm great. How are you?
It's all, the show's over now. Just that fast. We just killed torturing us for 6 years. Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. I thought my mic went.
And that's how strong the thunder was from Zeus.
Okay. Torturing us for 6 years. Yeah, sorry, Bell. That's all it is.
You know, I don't know. Do y'all remember? Like, it took us a while to finally get everything together. We were going to do it sooner, and then like my computer had issues at that time.
Those were the early days of the hamster internet.
Yeah, and so like it took a while for me to work out the technical stuff to do it.
Dear God.
In the early episodes, we weren't using StreamYard. We were doing
it through
YouTube. The Google Hangouts. That's right. Yeah.
Yep. And then that went away, and we found Streamlabs.
StreamYard, yeah.
StreamYard, yeah. Oh wow, those early days were fun.
Yeah. Our most watched would just cut out. Sometimes the page would just cut out.
Oh yeah, my hamster internet. Yeah.
You had the hamster internet. That was brutal.
I think our first episode we actually started late because we were having technical difficulties before we could go on the air. So we started late even in our first episode.
Look, man, I mean, but stuff like that always happens. Like, dude, like the time I was on a live stream. I was on a live podcast by myself trying to get a hold of Don Fry. You know, he'd agreed to be on the show, and I couldn't get him on the phone. You know, I couldn't get him on the phone. And then the next time, 2 weeks later, after his wife swore up and down that he would be there, it still was like dead air. Like, it still took me like 20 minutes to get him on the phone, and like I was playing the Pride FC music over and over again. Pride Fighting Championships, and we got a copyright strike for that.
Oh man!
Yeah, I remember the episode where Zeus was trying to do it live from WrestleCade. Remember that?
Oh yeah. He got Thunder Rosa and I can't remember her name, Katrina.
Yeah,
he got them both on.
Carly Perez. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Katrina's better than Carly Perez. I'm joking.
That is true.
It is true.
Same whore.
Oh damn, James! They were quote unquote on our show, and you're going.
No, I know. It's okay. It's a term of endearment.
We haven't had we haven't had a special guest in like a long time, but we used to
Yeah.
have a bunch of them. Casey,
I used to
Angie.
love having Casey on. He was awesome.
Yeah,
Casey
he
was
kind of
awesome.
disappeared off of Twitter or whatever. He's
Yeah.
Yeah, he disappeared. Angie used to come on a lot.
Meef,
Angie would go to the shows on the West Coast. Oh yeah, Meef.
I think the funniest episode we ever did was with Meef. There was an episode with him where he was talking about almost like child molesters in supermarkets, and I don't think we ever laughed as much as that episode. The only one that comes close was the whole snafu on the Triple Mania episode about where Sasha Banks and Zeus and stuff. But I don't know if y'all remember that. But man, yeah, he was funny. We had Melissa. Well, we had a bunch of people. I don't. Kayuja Queen Heather. She was on.
Yeah, Heather was on there, and Melissa, and of course Double H.
Yeah,
Double Y was on our most watched episode ever.
60,000 views.
Yeah, that's kind of a suspect. Yeah,
it's fine. It's perfectly legit. I don't want to hear the analytics. Shut up, hey, bro.
Who else we had on the show? Well, were we an offshoot of an offshoot?
Sort of. We were. I think
offshoot of an offshoot, right?
We all at some point had made appearances on the Way Too Real podcast,
right?
And
it was an offshoot of something. This was an offshoot
of Way
Too
Real podcast, the Way Too Real podcast, right. And we were all appearing in the chat, and they were encouraging us to get together and do a thing. Do a podcast. I had the Markout Mania thing I had used off and on since around 2008 for various things, and so I had the name around. And then YYH was pushing me a lot. She was specifically sort of headhunting you two to be on the show to do the show.
Us too, really?
Yeah. So just going off of how we all sort of worked on the chat. So
yeah,
and the Way Too Real podcast. So
yeah.
So shout out to her wherever she may be.
And shout out to. Shout out to CJ De Niro and
that's what I was.
Dante Oblivion,
Dante and
Mill Machetes.
Yeah, Mill Machetes. Yeah,
the gazillion other co-hosts they had through the years.
Dante, he was cool.
None of you in a fruit bat, but yeah.
But it was cool. Yeah. Then we used to have people in the chat, a whole bunch of people in the chat hanging out with us. It was fun stuff. It was good.
Who do we have from out your way?
Don, my friend Don McDonald. Yeah,
Don, that's right.
Don, yeah.
He came out.
Zeus, you had a couple of your boys on too, right? Jay was on.
Jay and Jason.
Yeah. Jay and Jason been on a few times. They're both doing well. They're kicking ass. They went to they were at the Comic Mon store for Free Comic Book Day last Saturday.
Nice.
And in Salisbury, North Carolina.
We had Lord Lux was on the show once.
Oh yeah, Lord Lux was on the show once. We talked. I watched that the prison episode of MLW Live when he was on the air.
That was brutal.
And we need to get Brian Bell on here, but
man.
He thought
Brian Bell's got to come on the show.
We would have to do like a tag team draft episode, like an episode where we're drafting tag teams.
That's okay.
We had the one guy came on and almost gave James a heart attack. Worked.
We won't talk about the negative
guy,
of one.
Yeah.
The negative of one. Yeah, that guy.
That guy. Yeah.
At the end, he wasn't a hero. He was not a hero.
That was nice, Pedro. That was nice. Yeah, that guy was putting me in the hospital, man. I wanted to strangle him.
But
Zeus was like, okay, calm down.
Oh, okay. Brian Bell said I only come on for a Tony Khan Love Fest show. Oh, I don't know.
All right, we'll see you. We'll see you in about 2075.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he could pay you $5 million to come on the show because he's a sucker. So
Not 5. I mean,
he'll give B. Brian Bell $5 million. Why not? You gave fucking Sasha Banks 10.
Hey, you know Brian Bell, a double BO5, Brian Bell, he has something in common with Mayu Iwatani. I bet you guys did not know this. Him and Mayu Iwatani have something in common. They both have thrown pitches, like opening pitches at baseball games.
Oh, opening.
Really? B. Brian Bell, did you bounce at the home plate or no? Did you go straight?
I can't remember. I haven't seen the footage of it, but I know it was quite a while back. But
you have to throw it from the rubber. You got to throw it from the rubber, and you can't bounce it to the catcher. Come on,
you cannot. You can't beat Jushin Liger's throw, where he threw it to. It was a mascot catcher.
Wow.
And
the worst one of all time was 50 Cent. He was horrible.
What was it worse than Mayu's?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay. I need to check it out.
It went high, but the catcher caught it. Okay, as long as you reach the catcher, and it was from the rubber, right? Come on. Okay, good. Yeah. Fucking speaking of rubbers.
What kind of what episode are we having? James is like, speaking of rubbers, let me tell you what I was doing last night. I was going through them pack after pack.
Well, I did have to catch up to SmackDown this morning. I wasn't able to watch it last time, but that's a different story. But
Melina kept me busy.
Yeah,
I had to use 3 each time because I didn't want to catch anything.
Her hair was blocking the TV. I couldn't watch SmackDown. Yes, full rubber. Good job. Where
were you going with the speaking of rubbers thing, James?
No. But Brian Bell threw the ball from the rubber. You know, like every mound has a rubber piece on top.
Yeah.
That's where the pitches throw from. And like a lot of people who throw the first pitch out, they're not on the rubber. They're in front of the mound. So it's like they're cheating. So if you're gonna throw a pitch out, you got to do it like a regular pitch. You throw it from the rubber. So that's what that's from.
Mm.
But WWE's on fire. The crowd in Lyon, France was ridiculous. Okay, that was just a nut crowd.
Oh yeah, that was last weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're hot right now, But but you know who's not hot right now is Mercedes Moné. They should not give her a live mic anymore. It's just, she's. I'm sorry, but she fleeced Tony Khan out of $10 million because she's not worth it. She doesn't move any needle whatsoever, and not for nothing, I could pay somebody a lot cheaper to take selfies in Walmart bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? So it's no.
Here's one thing. I don't. When they talk about how much these people make, I don't care. I don't care.
I'm glad they're getting paid. I mean,
I don't care. I really don't. They don't. James, they don't give a fuck about how much I get paid. I don't give a fuck about how much they get paid. I really don't. I'm done. I'm done giving a fuck about stuff like that.
Yeah, but Zeus, you got to have a return on your investment, don't you?
I mean, everything's obviously being, dipping into pockets, right? Mm. Everything's dipping into somebody's pocket, and it just doesn't matter to me,
Well, she definitely she is not moving the needle whatsoever.
So only thing I dispute, James, is you said Tony Khan. There's no fleecing of Tony Khan. Tony Khan is so reckless and unresponsible with money. There is no fleecing of this man. It's just it's whatever. I mean, he's gonna spend it one way or another. So it's blow or on people. So
He's trying to buy Lucha Underground. You know that?
I did not know that. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
I didn't hear that either.
He's
What's he
trying to
gonna
buy
do with
Lucha
it?
Underground. I don't know.
It's
He's
gonna
trying
be
to
like
buy-
a Ring of Honor YouTube show thing, or
He's trying to buy the IP, everything, all the names, everything.
oh, maybe for you know what? I bet he wants the episodes probably to go with the Ring of Honor catalog and the AEW catalog to sell them off to like Max or whatever, something like that. I could see that.
I just don't. I just can't. No. They really fucked up Okada. Please, just leave this alone.
Okada has done this to himself, James.
I know he could have been debuting at WrestleMania, in front of 80,000 people, but no, he's with the Young Bucks acting stupid.
But James is going to be 80,000 people there in Wembley.
Oh, please,
Quote unquote.
yeah, quote unquote.
I hope Ospreay waits till a couple weeks to get his next tattoo about the attendance figure.
Horrible.
I tell you what, he doesn't have to wait on is making tattoos for Dave Meltzer star ratings. He can just go ahead and do those ahead of time. Like
that was a good match. Is it a 5-star match? AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes? No.
It was what I saw. I didn't get to see the whole match. What I saw of it was perfectly fine modern wrestling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like in the old standards is not much of anything, but in the new standards, it was a fine modern wrestling match.
And it was made more because of the crowd.
Right. The crowd was the real star of that show in a lot of ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
That Damian Priest Jey Uso match. The match was nothing. I mean, it was literally nothing. I'm not saying it was terrible, but they were almost in slow motion, weren't they, James? They were just kind of there.
It was caca because nobody wanted. It looked like, to me, it looked like they were afraid to do things. Yeah, because they were afraid like nobody wanted to get hurt.
Which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. To be honest with you, I don't have a problem with that.
They were moving in slow motion.
That match, by the way. They just weren't putting that much into it. It was just like killing time until the angle stuff was to come in, right? The important stuff. And but even when they were doing nothing, the crowd was like invested in it. Like this was every Flair Steamboat match times 10. Like they were just hanging on the edge of their seat, and you're just like, this is the power of characters in stories that the crowd is invested in. Like that's the important thing now. Characters, I mean, it always has been, right? But characters, stories, crowd investment. That's the whole thing. It doesn't bother me at all that the wrestling like isn't great anymore because I have to accept is just gone. Like the good wrestling isn't coming back.
Did you see the opening match?
No, I still haven't seen it. No.
That shit was crazy. It went nuts.
Was it 4 3/4 stars?
It was 11 and 1/3 stars with the slice of pizza on top. Okay. And that was the debut of Tom Loa too. So he showed up. I was like, "Oh, Guerrillas of Destiny!" I wanted to see
Tom Loa. Yeah, that's awesome.
We all thought it was going to be Jacob Fatu.
Yeah,
like everyone was assuming Jacob Fatu was going to appear, and then it wasn't. Yeah. I didn't even know that he was coming in.
I had no clue. But all I know was this.
Well, now wait a minute. Don't you think all these in the know wrestling quote unquote journalists knew? They just didn't want to tell anybody.
That was the case. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't care when it happens. I don't care why it happened, but it has to happen. I want to see them in the makeup. I want to see Gorillas of Destiny somewhere down the line.
But I mean, but why? Why?
They can trademark. Why not?
Yeah, well, 4.
Why not?
Oh, I don't think they can trademark that. I think all that's unless there's some kind of money exchange. That's not going to be.
Yeah, I'm sure Chips will throw some money at them. Why not?
Nah.
James, here's a legit question about that. Here's a legit question. Will the WWE audience even know the reference?
No, they probably won't. Hence why to do it and to build it up as their own.
But like, I guess what I'm saying is, like, you're gonna put them in the makeup, and like the hardcore fans are gonna be like, "Oh, it's the callback to God! Oh my god!" But like, what purpose does that serve? Like the WWE, for marketing, for making money, for this and that, for what they're doing.
You mean to tell me that you can't put them on a T-shirt with the makeup on and it won't sell? It'll sell.
You can put them on a T-shirt. I mean,
that won't sell. Come on.
I mean, they're going to sell more as part of the bloodline.
Yeah.
I'm not saying now. I'm saying somewhere down the line, somebody turns. You know.
Yeah, but I mean,
something's gonna happen.
But they're both not spring chickens.
Yeah.
No, I know that. Yeah, they're in their 40s, right?
I mean, Thomas is at least.
Yeah.
I think Thomas is 40. I think Tom Galloa he's getting there.
Tama Tonga was a fairly decent promo from what I remember. It was a pretty good promo.
Well, and that's kind of like when he was able to kind of say whatever he wanted too.
Right, but where I was leading with this is that he's doing more with his career at the moment, saying absolutely nothing, than he ever was cutting all those promos. Like what benefit is it to like recall like this thing he was doing like in New Japan? It's like it almost comes off like an AEW move now. Like, oh, here's a callback that only the hardcore fans will know.
It doesn't have to be a callback. That's the thing I'm talking about, Pedro. WWE could put their own touch on it.
Right. That's true.
And it could be a WWE thing. It doesn't have to be a callback to their New Japan days. It could be an updated version of it. That's all.
They've kind of done that with Kana, Asuka, and the clown makeup.
Right, exactly. It's
not her doing it in Japan with Nazi gear on.
Right.
It's the WWE version of it.
Right. It's evolved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can do the same thing here. Evolve the gimmick. That's all. You make it their own. That's all I'm saying. I just want to see it. Just one time, man. I'll be happy.
I mean, we saw it though.
Yes, I know.
Is it going to be? Yeah. Is it ever going to be that good again?
No, probably not. No.
Who knows?
But you have the opportunity. I mean, they're there. Fuck it. Why not? Why? I mean, they put they put the spin on Finn Balor's Demon.
Yeah,
it was their version of it. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly what it was.
Right, you're right, James, and they can make an action figure out of it too. So
they'll sell money. They'll do all kinds of shit.
They'll sell money, but will they sell Monet?
Not if I'm in Walmart.
I'm going to take a picture.
I'm going to take a picture. I just ran out of toilet paper.
No! Damn it.
To be fair, Pedro, you started this.
Yeah, I did. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
So,
yeah.
You can't. You started him up. It's just like
stop me up.
just like James's wallet. Every time he goes in there to buy some more lion stones, it's our fault.
I can't believe you spent stones on this current one though, James. This one's pretty brutal.
I just wanted to draft it once. I was going for the Bishiman or the
What?
or
Why?
the Zack Sabre Jr. and the Desperado.
Why?
But trade bait. I want to see if I get a couple of carders
The
for those.
Despy one I understand. That one I understand, but hey,
I mean,
speaking of
I didn't think it was a great card.
Despy
It's not a great card, but people want. But people, but you know, with the Bishiman card, they're posing with the belts. A lot of people like the cards with the belts in them.
No.
So maybe I get something for it.
James, no one wants shit with Yoshihashi on it.
Yeah, that I know. You know, I just asked Zeus.
That's right.
You know?
Let's see. I've got.
I mean, hell, even Yoshihashi fans are hard selling Yoshihashi cards. Oh, he's my favorite. Well, here's an autograph.
Yoshihashi. That sounds like a venereal disease.
Yeah, the Yuya Yamura card looks terrible. Kosei Fujita card looks terrible. Yoshihashi. I mean, like they got cool light effects and stuff, and I still would not want it like for anything. I'd be like, oh fuck, I'm stuck with this fucking thing. Well, yeah, that's not a great Despy Zack Sabre Jr. card.
It's not a great card. No, I don't care.
No, I mean, you're seeing more of Desperado's backside than you are Desperado, so it's not.
I don't know what's going on with collection, but like the past 3 or 4 drafts have been shit.
Man, that's why are we supposed to get excited for this show Doki match? Like,
I don't know. It's like a rematch too, right?
Man,
they already had a title match. I missed the prediction last night.
Speaking of New Japan, a thing that you posted, Zeus, about Suji, not being happy with Moxley as champ.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's kayfabe or if it's a shoot, but I think it's a good thing that it came out like that because they got Forbidden Door coming up, so to turn that into an angle, you know?
That's all.
Jeff Cobb was saying. He was on the same thing, so I think they're building that up as an angle nicely. So
I mean, did y'all see the comment? Gabe Kidd had some sort of comments where he said, "If you want a stage show, watch the WWE. If you're a fat nerd and you can't get a girl, you can watch AEW. New Japan is where the real stuff is at." And I was like thinking, so New Japan is where the real stuff is. But you wrestle just like AEW now for the 2 years almost, and all your guys just job to the AEW people. So the real stuff can't even compete with the stuff that the fat nerds who can't get girls are into in the kayfabe. Like that's what he's saying. I was just like, okay.
And the worst atrocity ever was when AEW made Okada tap out. That was horrible.
That's when his character now started. I'm just.
Well, it's hard to believe it. They got a card of all single matches.
I know.
Yeah, because it's the Super J, right?
The Super Junior. Yeah. I haven't gone through all of it. I did the first 2 days, but I haven't done the rest yet.
Who's going to win that?
Oh, who cares?
Okay, that's it then. I guess that's it.
I don't know. It did. You know, if they don't come up with a good challenger, I mean, it's probably not going to be Desperado or Hiromu.
No, they need new blood.
It could be Teton. Teton could finally come through and win it. I think that would be a great, babyface challenger for show.
We'll see what they do. Let's see what Tanahashi does.
Let's see. Okay, so I'm looking at because I haven't looked at the things yet. So Block A is Blake Christian, Bushi, Clark Connors, Desperado, Hayata. Who's Hayata?
He's from
Noah. Okay.
yeah.
Kevin Knight, Kosei Fujita, Titan, TJP, and Kanemaru. And then Block B is Doki, Dragon Dia. They're from Dragon's Gate. Okay. Drilla Maloney, Francesco Akira, Hiromu Takahashi, Kushida, Ninja Mac, who's from Noah, Robbie Eagles, Sho, and Taji Ishimori. I mean, does this excite you guys?
I mean, not really, but I mean, there are a few people I like in this. So
Have you ever seen a Ninja Mac match? Let me ask you guys this.
yeah, sadly,
And it's just a bunch of dumb bullshit, isn't it?
yeah.
So, I mean, Ninja Mac versus Kushida. Oh, can't wait for that. Ninja Mac versus Drilla Maloney. Oh, exciting.
I've never seen a Drill and Maloney match.
Me neither.
New Japan.
James.
You're no good.
I mean, it's you literally, imagine like somebody went up to your, it's 1979, and somebody went up to your box of Star Wars characters and left you with like one sand person, a Jawa, like OG Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Princess Leia, and then everything else was gone. Like
No
it's
Han
like,
Solo, no Vader.
Here, go make a movie with that. Like,
Yeah.
kill me now.
I don't even think we're going to be excited for G1, are we? I guess not. that answered that question.
What, I mean, are you talking about the tournament that had Eddie Kingston defeat Shingo and a bunch of other people last year? Can't wait, James.
They gotta, if like Okan were to win G1, I'd be all for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't seem interested in pushing Okan at all.
Who did he piss
I don't know
off?
why. I mean, he's like so beloved and over in everywhere he goes. I mean, the dude's a real life fucking hero. I mean,
He gets no love.
And the way United Empire is not, they're not despicable heels, So, yeah.
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 Might as well just run and enjoy the bang bang scissor game.
He's kind of a big dude too, so
Yeah.
I mean, you got to do something with the, let the Three Musketeers, mature a little bit more slowly, so it doesn't look so forced.
I never thought I'd say this, but where's Jay White when you need him?
He's making a lot of money, looking like a jackass.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, you were saying about Okada that he TK ruined him, and I'm saying he did that to himself and blah blah blah. But like these guys, they get a choice to make. Like bet on yourself in the WWE, which may or may not work out, or take millions of dollars just right now to do not as much of anything. So I can kind of see it. Like why they do it.
No, absolutely. Almighty dollar. I get it, but the competitor in you has to say, like Okada, for example. I mean, yeah, okay, fine, I did it for the money, obviously, but there's got to be something inside him saying, "Wow, look what they did with Tonga Loa and like Tama Tonga. Wow, because imagine if I would have went there, I mean, look how they're using these guys, and they're over. And these are lesser known New Japan guys. Now, so like, imagine myself. I was the face of New Japan for years. Okay, fine. I was a Tanahashi, but I was still, I was
he was
Kazuchika Okada.
he was the biggest star
Yeah.
in Japan, James.
Yeah.
He's the absolute biggest star in Japanese wrestling.
And imagine him making his debut at WrestleMania.
I mean, I don't know if it would have played out like that, but it's just.
I mean, even if he made like his debut at anything, you know, I mean, you can debut on a Raw, and if it comes off right.
True.
I mean, didn't Jericho debut on a Raw?
Yeah.
And now that's one of the most memorable debuts ever. I mean, of course, they had a lot of build up to that, and
That's what I'm saying. They could have built up Okada, built him up, but they finally make it.
It depends on how long he's, with Tony, and I mean, it's not like he's wrestling all the time. He shouldn't get a lot of injuries.
Oh,
I mean, he won the fake Triple Crown, but only got one belt.
I shouldn't have said that.
I know.
Damn it, Zeus.
Okada breaks his leg.
No, they're just going to drop him on his head on concrete.
Oh, shit.
Well, I mean, they do it to everybody, right?
Jay White.
Like everybody's got to do a fucking swanton on the concrete. Like, here, sign here. This is all your money, and then just go ahead and get some CTE.
Me personally, I wanted Jay White to go to the WWE because even though they would rebrand him and change everything, the U.S. audience had no real exposure to him.
Yeah.
So he was in a good position, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, but he went to AEW. I was like, he's going to be the worst version of himself. This is what people are going to know. But
bang, scissor gang.
I've come to realize that he's still in the exact same position he was before. Like, if he eventually goes to the WWE, the most people still would never have seen him ever because so few people actually watch. It's just that audience.
And
right?
it is, and the audience is trailing off.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's like it gets worse every week.
So it's the larger audience hasn't seen him. So
are you asking me what was on AEW this week?
No. What was the number? What was the crowd number?
I think it was
like 600 and something. I think it was.
No, this week it was for Dynamite was 711,000.
Yeah, but I think that's the high number. I think by the end of the show it was like in the.
Okay. I thought that was the average.
If you look at the quarter breakdown,
what account do I look at for that? I don't.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people.
WrestleNomics or
maybe
it might be WrestleNomics. Let me go look because I know they post that stuff sometimes.
Yeah, but Jay White, it seems like it's been a lateral move.
Oh no, it's been backwards.
Damn.
But don't be nice. And
I can only imagine what Okada would be doing in WWE.
When he was at the height in that first title reign, and he was, and just the ascension to winning the IWGP title.
Mm-hmm.
How much people hated him over there.
That match at the Garden was legit too. That was an awesome match.
Yeah, but that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about how much people hated him.
Yeah.
Like people, Japanese people are legendary in their rigid politeness, but this man was saying so much shit after his matches in the main event that people were walking out of the arena. I mean, you don't see that.
Yeah.
You don't see it.
Real heat.
So mad they hated him so much.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I'm looking at. I haven't found the quarter for the most recent one, but the episode from May 1st. They had Dynamite, and then right after Dynamite they had Rampage, and Jay White was in the first match on Rampage, and the ratings for that were like 459,000. Uh, uh, so, like I said, yeah, the larger audience is still unexposed to Jay White. He's not in a terrible position as long as he stays uninjured. Like as long as he stays healthy and stuff, he'll be okay. Similarly with Okada, Okada will be okay if as long as he stays injury free through the AEW run. And he'll be like, oh, oh, it's terrible. I got a bunch of $1 million from it. Oh,
And then here's the other thing is that like now, like the spill, like the spillover from what's the show with the nerds on the
Big Bang Theory.
Sheldon and the dudes. Huh?
Big Bang Theory, yeah.
Big Bang Theory. Like their ratings are starting to fall off. Like they're not even getting that big bump from the overrun of people just not changing the channel. People are like, nope, change that channel. I can't watch this crap.
The show with the nerds and the dudes.
Good job, Zeus.
You know what I was talking about.
Yeah, I did. I will admit, at first I was trying to think I was trying to think of AEW shows. I was like, wait, which one is he talking about? And then I was like, oh no, he's talking about Big Bang Theory. Okay, wait, that's a show I've never been able to get into. Let me throw that out there. I've never been able to get into that show. I don't see the appeal of it. I just don't get it. But
see,
it's all right. I've watched it here and there. It's okay.
I have met so many dudes that are like them at the comic book store, and they all played Magic the Gathering. And they all smell like funk and cheese. I mean, they smell worse than some wrestling fans, right?
Woo.
And so I just can't even. I've never been able to get into them because of that. And another thing is just that the way that the guy that played David and Roseanne has not aged in 20 years is just so disconcerting. It's like
he still looks like a 12-year-old boy.
He looks like he stopped filming Roseanne, right? Went into a time machine and came out doing that show.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're right.
And like that, how long is that show on?
Quite a while.
8 or 9 seasons, something like that. And he didn't look like he ever aged during that either.
Brian Bell said Warner Brothers decided to advertise HBO Max on WWTV and not AEW on SmackDown last night.
AEW is gonna go bye.
I tell you what, Brian Bell and anyone else who wants to know, I would understand that because there's more value in watching Max than there is in AEW, and I mean, at least with Max, you can watch the Jinx Part 2 happening right now, which is super compelling. So,
is there anything that can stop this WWE juggernaut right now?
I mean, it's slowing down a little bit, Do
you think it's going to tail off as soon as they move to Netflix? Or it's like, it's Netflix gloves off. They got to worry about being censored and shit like that?
I mean, I don't think that. I mean, as much adult content is on Netflix, what are they going to censor?
Well, no, they don't have to worry about the stuff that, like on USA, cursing and the blood and shit like that.
Yeah, but once again, you don't want to go ultra violent and alienate your family audience.
True.
That's your core,
Sure.
That's the core audience. So,
I wonder if Netflix put any restrictions on them. Don't do this, don't say that. Yeah. I'd be interested in hearing that. But I wonder if they're going to tail off. And say, Netflix.
Narcos Mexico. They showed, Kiki Camarena being, tortured and
that's a great show. I love that
drills
show.
and knives and just being generally beaten with a baseball bat. Yeah, I don't think
I
it's
want
going to
another Narcos show.
Yeah, I was hoping they were going to do the next one with El Chapo.
Yeah, that would have been hot.
You know, I mean, because they could have done like the first episode. Because I mean, you know, in reality, I mean, they could have done more with Amado too. I mean, because that guy eventually he tried to get out of it, and like he even had plastic surgery to change his face, and tried to escape with this woman he fell in love with. And then, you know, Gallardo, he eventually got, you know, well, I mean, he was in jail at the end of that last season. So
Netflix is
it
apparently
it would have been good to have El Chapo.
Yeah. Netflix is apparently getting NFL Christmas games. Yeah. Me, Brian Bell. Yeah, man. Netflix is going to be a juggernaut, like you say. Yeah.
Dude, what?
It's going to be huge.
I hadn't heard about that. NFL's
Yeah.
Netflix is getting the NFL Christmas games.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah.
And they had the roast of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
On Netflix, and it was live.
Oh.
It was available for on demand immediately after, but it was originally broadcast live.
I just wonder how much more money Netflix is going to charge now. Well, you know, we got the NFL and WWE.
Well, they've been trying to get me to pay less money. They keep say, hey, pay less and let us show you ads. So,
yeah, I can't do ads because if I'm going to pay for something, then I'm not paying for ads.
Well, I mean, says the guy who grew up watching cable television.
I know.
So you don't get to win that argument.
Yeah, I know.
You know, we're all spoiled. It's
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, WWE right now. They're good. Everything's going on. It's all right. Now they get both King and Queen of the Ring. It's okay.
It's post you know, it's post WrestleMania. I mean, there's going to be a little lull. They're doing a good job with keeping people interested, and you know, Roman's getting a break, and Seth is getting a break, and you know,
they got the new version of the Bloodline, which is cool.
And to be honest, I'm actually surprised how well people have gone with that. So
yeah,
you know,
and not for nothing, but everybody's waiting for Damian Priest to turn babyface. and just leave the Judgment Day.
Didn't Dominic like dump Rhea or something? Kayfabe? Or
something like that. I don't know what's going on, but him and Liv Morgan look like they're going to be a thing. So and supposedly the King over in the Saudi show, that's the King and Queen of the Ring. It's going to be the new Wyatt family showing up. So. Supposedly.
Hey, Pedro, remember when we were all talking about how like on NXT they had the great build up for Rhea Ripley against Shayna Baszler, wasn't it?
Yes.
You know, and then they kind of did they both get moved up after that and they kind of out?
Well, so there's that episode where Rhea beat Shayna for the title. And they did like a really huge rating for it and all that stuff. and then it was like at the end of the year. And so then they had like a week off. Basically, they had like kind of just like a best of episode or something. Mm-hmm. And then they just kind of lost the momentum. And then they had Rhea lose the NXT title to Charlotte at the People-less WrestleMania in 2020.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was, I mean, she just kind of spun her wheels for a while, and then she
moved Rhea up to the main roster, and then they didn't know what to do with
her. Yeah, more spinning of wheels. She won the title from Asuka at a WrestleMania, and then more spinning of wheels, kind of. And then I can't remember who she lost the title to. Do you remember, James?
Wasn't it Wasn't it Liv Morgan?
No, I don't think so. Let me see. I could be wrong. But yeah, there's a moment in time where Rhea got cooled off a lot, and then the Judgment Day thing happened,
And
and
then she blew up.
she blew up. Especially when they put her and Dominic together, and people were like, "Mommy,
Yeah.
mommy," and then
It was the
that
modern day Eddie Guerrero in China.
But that whole thing is like, I remember, I think where it really started to get to people was when her and Dom went to Ray's house. What was it, like Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
And they had him thrown in jail.
Yeah.
And I mean, Dom did such a great job of being a cowardly little kid. Oh man, I mean, people just, like, you talk about a great moment for everybody, and then it just spiraled upward from there.
So Rhea lost the title to Charlotte Flair. She lost the title to Charlotte Flair at Money in the Bank. And
right. Now I remember.
Charlotte Flair lost it the next night to Nikki Cross, and then Nikki Cross lost it back to Charlotte Flair at SummerSlam.
Actually, Nikki Cross is supposed to be part of the new Wyatt family.
Oh, okay. That would be a good role for her.
Yeah, Uncle Howdy's crew, him, Eric, Eric Redbeard, the Joe Gacy, and a few other people.
Who's Joe Gacy?
He was in NXT. He was doing that gimmick at first. He was that psychopath woke guy.
Yeah.
But he's been a babyface for like the past 6 months, and this will be good for him. Yeah, because he looks psychotic. So.
Okay.
And it'd be good for Nikki Cross, like Pedro said, and then they signed what's his face back. He was the original member of the Wyatt family, Eric, and then you have Bo Dallas, his Uncle Howdy, and I think there's somebody else. I'm not sure. So supposedly they're going to show up in Jeddah, in Saudi Arabia. So we'll see.
The thing about the Wyatt family, I hope they give them. I hope they give them that the ability to kind of run and be more of that Wyatt thing than the Funhouse thing.
Yeah, the Funhouse thing was getting kind of weak after a while because it was like just promo after promo after promo after segment after segment. You're like, yeah, okay, but you get in the fucking ring already,
Well, obviously we know there was a problem there. So
yeah. It just, I don't know. Hopefully it'll be good.
I mean, that's where it's all at. I mean, it's just, it's still kind of that, that kind of McMahon, destiny, taking, making the wrestling less and less important.
Well, I think it's going to be a little different because they're going to pay a little bit of homage to Bray, and the persons that Triple H is going to want them to wrestle because you got some good wrestlers in that group.
Oh, so, I just mean in general,
Yeah. So we shall see. Dexter Lumis. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. God, I forgot he's back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Everybody loved that whole thing with him in what's her name, Indy.
Index. Come on, Index was hot, man. I love that shit.
Everybody loved that, and then
that was awesome. And then Vince brought him up and changed everything. See, that's why he's gone. I'm so happy he's gone.
Now,
hold on.
Wait till Vince McMahon shows up with TNA, then you'll be known.
Oh, I got a bone to pick with a certain wrestler. She could probably
Oh
kick my
man,
ass.
wait a minute. Can you imagine like at a TNA pay per view, Vince McMahon walking out? It's like,
Oh my
you
God,
want to know
no
who had
chance.
Scott D'Amore fired? It was me.
Imagine, yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, so
That,
who's this bone you got to pick?
I had a bone to pick with Ronda Rousey.
Why? Because she won't shut up.
She will not shut up. She's so anti this and this happened and that happened. If you got a problem with Vince, fucking take it up with Vince. This isn't Vince anymore. It's not. Okay, this is a different company under a different regime, under different management. Don't be mad. The machine is at an all-time high, and you're not a part of it. And they don't want you to be a part of it. So I'm guessing that she thinks that she could just keep flapping her gums, and then you know what? Like a Triple H will offer her a job again. No. She's talking about everything. Oh, I don't like the way they booked Rhea Ripley. Who
Well,
gives a fuck?
they fired what's his name because of what she said without any
Drew
fucking
Gulak,
substantiation whatsoever.
Yeah.
What's his name? Gulak?
Yeah. Drew Gulak.
Yeah, Drew Gulak.
He's gone.
And now they're
He's gone based off of her allegations.
I know. Now she's bitching at how Rhea Ripley was booked. Rhea Ripley, she's more over than almost anybody in the company.
I mean, look, man.
Why are you bitching? You're not even there anymore. Why are you bitching?
Well, people will ask her questions to fish for shit like that.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
You know. I mean, that's the problem. Something. Why? Why do we care what you think? Well, somebody cared to ask me a fucking question.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's. She's just not somebody that
to me, she's sounding a bit bitter. I don't know if that's the case or I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's not. Maybe it's not just being bitter. I mean, it could be. I mean, bitter is the easy thing to say if you just right. But like, she probably is legitimately angry, and it's like maybe she's a little mad at herself for not saying something, back when the shit happened.
True. Fair enough.
Which is, resolving shit is always a lot better when shit happens. But because the longer you wait, the more it comes off. You get these questions. Oh, why are you saying this now? You don't even work there anymore. Oh, it's a different company now. Blah blah blah. I just she's not. I think that she was somebody who she got to piggyback off of two of the biggest old school gimmicks in pro wrestling history, and she still couldn't get her shit together and get people behind her. So, I mean, that was her problem, not a
Yeah. Oh, Zeus, I got one for you. You ready?
Sure.
Flair Steamboat or Flair Sting? Which was better?
Steamboat.
Steamboat? How are you, Pedro?
The matches, Flair Steamboat, are better. Yeah.
And Flair never had to become the Black Scorpion in Ricky Steamboat.
This is true.
That says it all right there. Yeah.
That just
Thank you, Artie Anderson. If you had to have one boner fucking booking decision, it was that.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, they're like, well, Sting's a superhero. He has to have a supervillain to fight. But like, Steamboat.
You don't think that Clash of Champions match with Sting was significant?
Well, yeah, of course it is. I mean, we all watched it and loved it and all that stuff, and made a huge impression on everyone. So, I mean, yeah,
I would say Flair Steamboat as well.
I mean, the Flair Steamboat matches are like the benchmark we grade everything else on.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing about what's the best stuff ever in wrestling, you kind of that's the thing. Is it as good? Is it equal to that? Like, in your mind, is it equal to that? Then it's in that category. If it's not, it's not. We don't hold the Clash of Champions Flair's Sting match to that thing. We don't go, is it as good as Flair
No.
Sting and
Right,
Clash
right.
of Champions?
Fair enough.
And the reason it's
you
not
know
as good.
you know the reason that match is a 45-minute time limit, right?
Why?
Because Sting said he didn't think he could go an hour with Flair.
Oh,
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, that's why it was a 45-minute instead of an hour.
here's a tougher question, maybe. Flair Steamboat versus the Flair Barry Windham matches.
Wow, Flair Steamboat.
Yeah, what the main reason is really, I think because Barry never got the win.
Yeah.
If you're going to compare Flair Steamboat to anything, it would be Flair Dusty.
But here's the see the thing with Flair Steamboat is we had great matches between the two of them in the late 70s, early 80s, and then the 89 series.
Yeah.
So it's so tough because they had a huge history.
Right.
And it just
the rivalry was very long.
Yeah.
Also,
that's why I don't think Flair Wyndham could touch the Flair Steamboat. I think Flair Dusty maybe comes close, but I don't think because like Zeus said, that rivalry was long. Yeah, but Flair Dusty had the long rivalry as well.
Oh, I mean, but with Flair and Dusty, theirs was so important. They were able to main event Starrcade back to back.
Yeah.
And it was still hot and it still made sense and
I got you.
I mean there's like what 84, 85 and 86 it was so much Dusty Flair. I mean it was that was the biggest match.
Yeah. What was the my memory's going on me.
But you talk to Florida fans, they'll tell you how good that Flair and Barry had really great matches down there.
Oh no, the matches were outstanding.
Right.
I just don't think it was. I just don't think the storyline itself was that much.
Yeah.
And
the actual matches. That's why I've always said Barry Windham's a better opponent than was a teammate because nobody could touch those matches. He was incredible in the ring with Flair. They had amazing matches, but the storyline just wasn't. I mean, it was what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, Flair Steamboat wins. Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Pedro, because everybody compares it to is it Flair Steamboat? No, okay, then move on. You know what I'm saying? So it's right, yeah, because that's the comparison.
Although
that's the standard.
Now it's crazy because now people are like, how does it compare to Omega Okada? How does it compare to Omega?
Did you hear what Kenny Omega just said?
He said that he broke the scale and Meltzer lost his mind and doesn't know what a good match is anymore. Right?
Yeah.
He said that?
Yeah. I think he really wants to get signed by WWE.
He really said that.
Yeah.
He said that, yeah.
But
oh my god.
If you watch I watched a nearly 7-minute clip of him talking about the Meltzer stuff, and he he's putting himself over the whole time. He's basically saying like, basically like I elevated wrestling.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
It blew his mind where he doesn't know what's good anymore. So I was like,
Wow.
this guy's so full of shit. He didn't elevate shit.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah.
I mean,
It's been, yeah.
like I liked Kurt Angle a lot. I mean, when Kurt Angle was wrestling, I was his first run in the WWE. I liked him a lot. I was a huge fan even. At WrestleMania 17 at the Fan Access, that's who my brother Larry and I, we wanted to get his autograph. We got his autograph. That's who we stood in line for, was Kurt Angle. So yeah, I was a pretty big Kurt Angle fan, but like Kurt Angle was a very spammy wrestler. Like just like to spam and big moves and this, like thinking that made matches better, and just kind of and I feel like a lot of the Kenny Omega and Elite and on stuff is almost an offshoot of that. Like, let's spam a lot of junk in this.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a watering down of the storytelling and the wrestling stuff for like just athleticism or something. And kind of a look at what I did sort of aspect. I hate it. I hate the looking at, like, look at what I did. If James, if you ever watch Okada Omega from the Tokyo Dome again, you won't be able to unsee.
I have to watch it. I got to watch it with fresh eyes. Yeah, you're right.
You will not be able to unsee how many times Kenny Omega and the Bucks are stopping the match just to do things where they're pointing at themselves, like, look at what we're doing at the Tokyo Dome. And you'll just be like, what the fuck is this? You'll see Okada struggling to ground the match in some kind of logic, and Kenny Omega being like, running in place, let's do some shit, and then look at what we did. Jazz hands. Bang, bang, bang.
I'm doing Aubrey before Aubrey.
Doing Aubrey before.
I'll be right back, fellas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, James, you bring up Aubrey and Zeus leaves us alone. Remember the time we did an episode by ourselves and we were riffing on Aubrey like having horse sex and all this stuff where it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Woo.
Woo. Yeah. Flair is gonna like cut a promo on a restaurant, cutting him his drinks off, and then go like, "Where's Aubrey? I need to take this out on a horse."
What's wrong with that man in a restaurant acting like that? Man, what is he? Almost 80 years old? Act your age, bro.
He's an addict, James. He's an addict. What are you talking about?
Pedro, that man had the perfect out in wrestling history. No one was given that kind of treatment, that kind of out. No one. Right. He had the perfect out in wrestling history, and he fucked it up. Plain English.
His money.
He could have ridden off into the sunset to be the superhero that he was, but no. He started doing stupid shit and stupid this and stupid that. And then the thing with the plane ride from hell starts coming out again and again. And then the Dark Side of the Ring episode showed it, and everybody's talking, and then Flair's getting heart attacks, and he's still wrestling. Now you see he got a heart attack in the ring, and he's getting drunk in the public, and he's berating employees. Man, just shut the fuck up. You were the greatest wrestler of all time, and now you're nothing but a joke.
He's horrible. An addict, James. He's an addict.
Horrible. He should wrestle.
I don't know if you can hear me, James, but he's an addict.
He's an addict.
Like they don't manage their money and all this stuff. Like, well, yeah, of course he gets in positions where he's got to go back on his perfect farewell. So
yeah. No, Brian Bell, I got you. I can do Flair Vader.
Yeah, that Starcade match was
Yeah.
a heck of a thing that they did.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you on that. B. Brian Bell. I just, you know what, man? Him and Ronda Rousey should have a match together on pay per view that nobody will watch. They'll probably get
No.
like 6 people, like 5 more people in an AEW show. So there you go. So
And yet, 3 people, about 4 people less than a TNA pay per view.
there you go. I just, people don't know when they ride off into the sunset. You blew it, man.
Well, but his retort to that would be, Bill's got to get paid, man.
Well, then you can't come up with you can't sign a Legends deal, or you can't work behind the scenes in WWE or in the front office or doing something. Like executive consultant.
Yes.
I mean, how many people are doing that? I mean, hello, is it in Biss? Remember Biss?
Yes, that's right. He's like an agent, right?
Right. He's one of the top agents, and he actually has been for almost 10 years now in WWE.
Right. I'm trying to remember his name, Joseph Park or something like that. Yeah.
So, I mean, there's ways of making money in this business without being a complete dick.
James, I'm just
tell that to John Laurinaitis.
Well, that he's been a dick from jump, but he had the perfect out. To me, he had the perfect out. Nobody got that. Nobody's ever gotten that kind of out.
James, how many times do I have to say the same thing? He's an addict.
Yeah.
Like addicts get into like a lot of weird stuff, so I mean their mind don't work the same anymore.
The greatest professional wrestler of all time is now a joke.
But I mean, James, to be fair, from what we saw on the ESPN stuff, from what we've seen from all kind of accounts, even before he was a wrestler, like even when he was just like a frat guy in college, Ric Flair has always been a very problematic human being.
Yeah.
He's always been kind of a terrible person. So none of this is really that, like shocking.
Yeah, I guess. It just pains me to see that whole shit with the restaurant, and he's like berating employees. I'm like, what's wrong with this man? It just pains me to see that, because I just think it's a fall from grace.
There is no fall from grace for Ric Flair. He's rolling around on the floor. He fell a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, he was covered in lint and dirt and rat feces before he was in wrestling. Probably.
I mean, I should have known.
James, flawed.
He elbowed his own suit jacket at his retirement ceremony, so I should have told you everything.
I mean, flawed people can be brilliant people as well. So, I mean, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got to see some just amazing crap, but people get old and they get dropped on their head too many times and do too many.
Yeah, but Zeus, what I was saying before is that nobody in wrestling gets the perfect out. He had the perfect out. Nobody's ever gotten that kind of out by anybody, by any company. He's got the perfect out to go out at WrestleMania perfectly, and the night after on Raw, the whole celebration. That was the perfect out. Nobody gets that, and he fucked that up.
We need the clip of Terry Funk screaming "Forever, forever, forever," and then Terry Funk doing moonsaults in ECW or something like.
I mean, like his timeline is literally before first retirement, before second retirement, before third retirement, before fifth retirement. I mean,
it's just brutal.
I mean, there are some people, that are able to just go and go and go. And, like, I mean, Terry Funk could have walked away several times and had a great goodbye moment. But, with Ric Flair, everything always, stems from spending money and, and bad relationships. And
Yeah. I mean, he could have, okay, fine, he needed money. He could have did something like what Dusty did. And Dusty was at NXT teaching kids. Flair could have did the same thing. I'm going to teach you how to cut promos. I'm going to teach you how to work a crowd.
there's so much footage on the internet. If people wanted to learn how to talk more like Ric Flair, there would have been a lot more people than just Jay Lethal, going out there and being able to do Ric Flair.
No, but look at The Rock. He was imitating Ric Flair. That's how he learned how to cut promos.
There's definitely some Ric Flair influence in there.
I mean, it's he could have used his knowledge and
but once again, I mean, we saw it. I mean, AEW had Flair and they had Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, and nobody learned how to cut a promo.
But that's a shame. You have two of the greatest, and still
you had Tully cutting a promo right there beside Sean Spears, and that stupid lump-headed fucking brain devoid of any creativity or any kind of thought processes just stood there like a moron while fucking Tully's lofting up softballs for him to just come in and take over the promo. But no, Tully has to say the whole damn thing because he's dumb as a box of rocks.
That's my point, Zeus. He could have went into something and teach kids how to.
But they don't listen. They don't listen.
Yeah,
they're all about these having 5-star matches. 5-star. I like turtles. They like memes and highlights and social media.
5-star matches, more like $5 matches. Brutal. Yeah,
I still laugh when I think about there's this thing I saw once where Terry Funk was talking about his first retirement, that he had saved up something like $100,000 and he thought he was set for life or something.
Yeah, okay. $100,000, please.
Well, yeah, but when was that? 1982?
83, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought he was set for life, and then he discovered this was not the case.
$100,000. Okay.
It was something like that. It was some amount like that. He was.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, look at he just. I mean, anybody, like. I think it's probably true for most people that own a ranch, but it usually ends up being a pain in the ass money wise.
Oh yeah.
Point.
Yeah.
And I think people, either get themselves in trouble, or try to avoid paying it too long or whatever. But it's worse than people that live on a lake that own a boat.
Yeah, ranch stuff is ranch and property stuff here in Texas, especially. There are a lot of kind of laws and guidelines and things you have to follow for if you want tax breaks and things like that, and it just it gets expensive to meet those things to get those sort of write-offs and stuff. So it's hard.
Okie dokie.
All right.
What you guys talking about?
Money and money.
Money.
So yeah.
Have you seen the rumors that Vince might start his own show?
Yeah, no. I've read that. Why would he do that?
That since he's sold everything WWE, he could potentially start his own new
stock, right?
Did
he sell all of his stock?
That's what I heard.
Yeah. But he got quite a penny for it too. But why would he start that now? Isn't he like in his 80s? I mean, what TV? He's not going to get any TV deals. There's nobody want to do business with him.
Well, yes, people will.
Really? After all
Yeah.
this shit that went on?
Yes. Have we
He
not?
said-
Money's the root of all evil.
People in Hollywood and wrestling are scumbags, man.
That is true, Zeus. You know what? You're absolutely right. My bad. I take it back.
I mean, who's he going to turn around and hire from the beginning? He'll go out there and he'll call Johnny Ace, and Johnny Ace
Yeah.
will show up.
Yeah. Bruce Pritchard. Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder what, like, in terms of talent and stuff, what would it even be like? Would he just buy up TNA, not TNA, NWA or something, and try to do something?
They're bringing NWA is bringing back the
Look, Vince knows not even he can take the stink off.
You can't do that.
Off of the,
First of all, he'll
off
fire
of the
EC3.
NWA that Billy Corgan has smeared all the poop all over it for the last 3.5
Isn't
years.
Billy Corgan bringing back the NWA Mid Central States Championship, some old
What
school obscure
for?
championship?
What
I
for?
don't know. They had the belt made. I mean, it's an exact replica of the old school one, the square one, rectangle one, I should say.
I saw Goskert Latimer won the national title.
Yeah, he won.
I thought he'd already won it, but
And Vince buys NWA. The first thing he's gonna do is fire EC3 for the fifth time.
Good riddance.
That guy.
EC3 is wrestling Sam Adonis at the Crockett Cup in Texas.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So terrible. I can't make it. Oh, I can't go down to the
I
gazebo. I'm
was
sorry.
about to say, Pedro, why don't you go to the Crockett Cup? No?
I just don't have time to get to that gazebo, James. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I'm sorry.
It's quite a ways from you, though, right, Pedro?
Yeah, it is quite a ways away.
You have to leave. You have to leave tomorrow to get online to avoid the 3-person rush. You know what I'm saying?
It's not gonna happen. But you know what is gonna happen? I'll tell you something that's gonna happen right now. It's not New Japan Collection drafting. We're gonna do some Stardom card party.
Oh, nice.
Because I went the last 2 days not drafting anything, so I would have enough. Whoa, is everything okay? Oh,
Hello?
Okay. Zeus disappeared.
Zeus is fit.
Um,
Zeusy!
no, someone must have come up, but I didn't draft the last 2 days just so I'd have enough points or whatever, so I could do a 10 thing on the normal one. So they have this thing called a normal draft, and you can get up to a 4-star card in this. But usually you just get 1 or 2-star cards. But I figured we would give it a try. So
Yeah, don't do collection because I'm not happy with them right now.
So let's see how this plays out. So look, there's a let's see, it's a 2-star Mayu.
I heard Stardom's going to be part of Forbidden Door.
Yeah, a 2-star Momokogo, a 2-star Amy Sore, a 1-star Amy Sore, a 2-star Ruaka. So we're not gonna get anything cool.
Magnificent Anal.
Oh, look, we got a 3-star Yuna Mizumori, but apparently I already have this card because he doesn't say new. 1-star Hanako, a 2-star Momo Watanabe,
Momo Watanabe.
2-star Suzu Suzuki, 2-star Koguma. Is that it? Oh, that's it. Well, not so great. Not so. Oh well.
Yeah, that was not good.
Yeah.
Did you see that other thing where they were saying that that they think that they feel like that Tony Khan forgot that he'd hired Camille because like they hadn't done anything with her since they signed her for 3 months, and then like she was like sending him messages and things like, hey, like where do I show up and what am I doing? What and like apparently he'd forgotten that she worked there until she was tweeting out, hey, I was actually signed by TNA 3 months ago. Somebody was saying
not on top of that.
Somebody was saying it's like a rich kid that gets so many new toys they forget they even have
exactly
stuff.
I mean, I would have had I've been working on 2 or 3 different storylines for Camille. I mean, before she even steps foot in the building.
James, would your storylines involve her like staring at people and making them scared like she did you, or?
Hell yeah, that shit works, man. I'm scared shitless. Shit. I almost ran to go see the Mac after that. She was staring at me. It felt like 5 minutes straight. I mean, either I reminded her of something of like somebody, or she just figured I'd be the mark of the day and she'll fucking cut an eye promo on me.
What if she was feeling you, James?
That would have been kind of high, but then I would have took it to the broom closet. I would have had a heart attack, but I would have been with Camille, so it would have been worth it.
Isn't she with Goth Skirt? Isn't she with Goth Skirt?
Well, yeah.
No, who's she married to?
Yeah, but Brittany Goth Skirt, yeah. But at the time, she was old as a ballet, right? Yeah.
As a what?
Wasn't she Nick Aldis's ballet?
Right.
Yeah,
But she was, she was the women's champion for like a year or two.
Yeah.
Right, but yeah, Camille's married to Tom Latimer.
Yeah.
And he dated Charlotte Flair too, right?
Yeah, they were married for a brief time.
Well, they were married.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with this dude?
She's a player.
He likes female bodybuilder looking types. I mean,
yeah, but that look that Camille gave me, she stared me down like it was like I strangled her puppy or something. Brutal.
Tom Latimer is like, don't judge me, but I want to pound muscle, but just not. Yeah. Anyways,
I will say the guy has a good sense of humor. If he can laugh being called Goth Skirt to his face,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You should bring the Dawson boys at NXT.
No, man.
No.
Why not? I would love to have the Dawson
boys. Because AML needs to keep them around so they can keep outdrawing TNA.
Where's AML going to get a TV deal?
I don't know. They're on the high spots, right?
Are they?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There might be.
That sounds something.
I would think like one of these, like the CW or something like that, man, will pick up an AML. Because the NWA sucks.
Yeah, no,
what the fuck you doing with that?
Hey, dude. Yeah. They'd have to get some new equipment, but I mean, it's great fun. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I would like to go to the AML show.
Yeah.
Actually, I want that belt. Zeus, make that happen.
Right?
That belt is awesome.
God, somebody big is facing Brad Attitude for the title next.
How's my boy George South doing? He's still doing it?
I think he's been doing a lot less of it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, even he has to slow down sometime.
Yeah, he's got to slow down a little bit. Yeah, the Headbangers are currently in and it's going to be at the next AML show.
The Headbangers?
The Headbangers. And I mean, of course, right now, they got Brock Anderson, C.W. Anderson of the tag team champions.
That's right.
And this is going to be at that Davie County Community Park gym. That's just it's just a big gym, but man, they packed it out that one show in February right before everything got shut down.
They drove more than TNA, right, Zeus?
Oh yeah,
yeah, say so.
That's pretty easy to do though, Jay.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, they're packing people in. I mean, it's just they get to a point where they're like turning people away.
I'm surprised somebody don't see that and like invest in the television production and put them on a small channel or something, Well, there's money to be made.
They were on a local channel in North Carolina for a little bit.
Oh, so they have some TV experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that first show I went to ended up on the TV.
Okay. I'd be surprised because after what? After WWE goes to Netflix, I think the only thing that's going to be on regular cable is SmackDown, right? Everything else, it's gone. That's it, right? Because isn't AEW going to go on HBO Max next?
I don't know. No one knows what's going to happen to AEW. Like, no one knows if they're. I mean, everyone's waiting to see what the TV deal, negotiations going to be, but who knows?
WWE on Netflix.
I mean, I think so. Like, I'm not a fan of the WNBA at all, but I know there's a lot of interest in it at the moment because that I don't know her name. That one female player from the NCAA.
Iowa. Yeah.
Everyone's on some deal about her, and she got signed to someone. I could see, and I know Turner's is potentially losing the NBA soon, right? Because I think the NBA is going to go to.
NBC put in a big ass bid.
Yeah, huge bid. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could see like the big threat for AEW and Turner would be potentially something like the WNBA. I could see Turner going for something like that to try and capitalize on some of that interest. The ratings would be about similar.
Yeah.
But
so there's a report yesterday from saying that NBC is getting close to the NBA deal, pushing out TNT. And
that's for everything, right? Even the playoffs.
I think so. But the thing is, if they do, see, Ernie Johnson from Inside the NBA said he won't leave Turner.
Right.
And Shaq and Charles and Kenny, they don't want to do the show without him. So this might be the last year of Inside the NBA with those guys.
Oh wow!
Well, I'm sure if NBA would throw enough money to Barkley, he'll go. I don't know, but Ernie Johnson won't go.
They said they've all said they don't want to do it without Ernie, and Ernie won't leave.
Well, yeah. Well, how long have they been doing that show for? Like over 10 years, right?
I think
10, 15 years, something like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the show has existed.
No. But with them.
Well, I mean, I don't think Shaq. I don't know when Shaq retired. 2005 or something.
Mm-hmm. Remember Kenny Smith was on that show a lot.
Yeah, he's still been on there.
Yeah.
So Ernie Johnson's been on there since 1990 when it started.
No, okay, yeah.
Kenny Smith joined in 98. Charles in 2000, and Shaq in 2011.
Okay.
So so Shaq's been on there for
over 10 years too. Yeah.
and Shaq and Charles almost 5.
Shaquille O'Neal retired in 2011. I didn't know he kept on that long.
Yeah, he kind of bounced around from here to there, like a season here. He was like one season in Boston, a season in Phoenix, and
that Phoenix one was a little brutal.
Yeah, he was pretty done by then. Yeah, one season with Boston, one season with Cleveland, one with.
Well, don't you remember when the NBA used to be on NBC? They used to have triple header Sundays.
Yeah, they would have those, Marv Albert, and and they would have the great, that great theme song that. Hey Pedro, give us a YouTube break. Play the NBA on NBC.
Okay, hold on. Let me find this.
Before Marv Albert was.
Yeah. They would do the triple headers, and we should watch the Knicks games because they always show the Knicks games, because Knicks and Bull, Knicks and Pacers.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
In Chicago and L.A. and Boston and
all the big market teams.
It would be all big market games.
Yeah, all big market teams.
Okay, can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did it? They had that great voice guy on there with it too.
They got to bring that back if they get it,
Oh yeah, I mean it's timeless, man. I had it on one of the NBA video games, and Ernie Johnson was the commentator.
That's hot. Yeah, that's a classic theme, man. You cannot have that,
This week on NBA on NBC.
Yeah.
Spur Charles shoots the Phoenix Suns against Magic Johnson and the LA Lakers.
There you go, Lou. There you go.
Patrick Ewing and New York Knicks against Reggie Miller and the Indiana Pacers.
There you go. Good job, Zeus. I like that. That was hot. I like that right there. I like that. I got a little tingle. I got a little flashback. That's awesome. Good job.
Nice.
Know what I tried watching, and I gave it a legit shot, but I just can't do it because the actual quality of play is really subpar. That UFL, I can't do it. I can't.
UFL?
Yeah, it's not good.
What is it? What's the UFL?
Do you know the UFL? It's when the XFL and then the USFL actually merged. Yeah.
I did not even know that it happened, that the XFL had merged with something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It was so underwhelming.
Yeah.
Not even The Rock owning the XFL could make people understand that it was actually on TV.
I tried watching it. I watched about 4 or 5 games. And I'm like, okay, all right, okay, good play. Wow, that sucks. Wow, you suck. Wow. And then it just got progressively worse. I was like, yeah, no.
Can you imagine if they tried to put like poor Jim Ross in announcing
Lord,
football?
No, they fall asleep on air. Horrible.
Yeah,
horrible.
I fall asleep anytime I'm in front of wrestling. Don't forget. I know y'all are talking about the American football, but what was that pay-per-view last weekend? Backlash. The opening match. So the entrances were going on. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens coming out.
You missed the match, Pedro. That match is good.
There came out. Then the Solo Sikoa and Tomatonga were coming out, and then next thing I knew, I was waking up and they're like, it's 20 something minutes later. Like I just nodded off in the middle of it.
Did you see Tonga Loa show up?
No, because then so the match was still going on, but then I had to go do something involving my dad, and then when I came back, everyone was talking about something, and then I saw that it was Tonga Loa, and I was just like, "Wait, what's going on?" But I didn't see.
Yeah. That's actually was an entertaining match. It was a good match. It was a regular match, and then Nick Aldis came out, I'm sorry, yeah,
Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis came out and said, "You know what? You want to start off this show like this? Then you know what? We're going to make it a street fight. Anything goes." And everybody went nuts. And they were fighting in the crowd. They were beating people up with shit, all kinds of shit, stiff shots too. Kevin Owens was brutal. He was cracking people over there with that chair, like hardcore. Like, dude, this ain't EC Dub. Relax. Like, I hope you're buying that guy dinner. You beating the shit out of him. Ooh.
Man.
But,
I started watching some, this has been going on for a little while, but like watching some Barkley, highlight videos, and then there's a trend on YouTube that's been going on for probably at least 8 or 9 months, but where like a lot of younger people are they're discovering how good like Michael Jordan and especially Larry Bird.
Yeah.
All these people are discovering Larry Bird for the first time, and he's got like this really great highlight video. And
hey Zeus, you know what's a shame?
What's that?
All these kids who are watching that video will never know how great Jordan was.
Well,
they don't get it.
Well, a lot of people don't, but when you start like looking into it and researching it, there's one guy who made a great video. Okay, it like stacking up like Jordan versus LeBron, and he breaks it down with all these real smart analytics and things. Mm-hmm. And at the end, he even kind of gives you a great reason why, not only is MJ he was better than LeBron. Like you can easily make a case for him for being the greatest of all time.
Absolutely, and I hated MJ because he would kill the Knicks. But he was the best. I saw him have to go out in person against the Knicks. I lost my shit. This guy was unbelievable.
Yeah, and the thing is, like Michael won't even call himself the greatest.
No.
I mean, that says a lot right there. It's like you let other people put the crown on you. You don't say you're the best.
Yeah. That's a big issue. That's one of those annoying things with LeBron James is that his like insistence that it has to be him or something. And that's just
and he feels like he's done some great things for his era. But the thing is, like,
it's a totally different game. Hold on, Zeus. It's a totally different game too than it was back then. It was brutal back then.
Oh, I know. But even that stuff aside, like how bad LeBron James is at the end of games, like he's terrible. Like huge numbers of where he's shoots poorly at the end of a game, where he plays terrible defensively at the end of a game. Mm-hmm. I mean, he doesn't have that killer instinct that need to finish somebody off. Michael Jordan, he never gave up until the buzzer sounded.
His defense was incredible. He was on you like flies on shit. I mean, that guy would stick to you, man. He wouldn't move. I mean, it was annoying.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's just there's a whole bunch of stuff, and LeBron is, he's been piling up these stats because he's been able to stay healthy for so long, but it's just that he's just stacking up numbers.
Yeah.
I mean,
not for nothing, but if you gave me a choice, I pick Kobe over LeBron.
Yeah, well, see, and I think that Kobe developed, later in his career, and there's a good case for that, with what you're saying. But we'll never know.
No,
we'll never know how good that Kobe would have been if he hadn't been playing with Shaq for those first.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Because Shaq had to be double teamed.
Yeah.
He had to double team Shaq, which means eventually Kobe was going to be open. As his shooting got better, he became the number one option. For scoring. Because you just can't leave Shaq under the basket by himself because he's a 300-pound monster.
Yeah.
And I really wish he'd have gotten his butt into shape that year that they were going to have him versus Big Show at WrestleMania. Right? He backed out of that like at the last minute because he's like, "Oh, I'm not in shape," and I'm like, "Man, that could have potentially been really good."
Well, speaking of people who don't belong in wrestling rings, Logan Paul is going to challenge Cody Rhodes for the undisputed title at the Jeddah show. At the Saudi Arabia show for the belt.
But Logan Paul is like over delivers in the ring, James. Like,
he does. You know what? He's a good heel, and you know what? He plays off of that, and he's actually good in the ring.
I mean, he's very athletic, right? He's very athletic.
He sells too,
and he's good as an attraction. Like you cannot have him wrestle all the time because then he'd get exposed really fast.
Yeah.
But you were saying about Shaquille O'Neal and that Big Show match. Do y'all remember Shaquille O'Neal did something with AEW once, and it did like zero, it did not bring in any numbers for AEW at all.
I mean, did he do something at Bash at the Beach with Flair and Hogan too?
No, Dennis Rodman did, but
no, he was like a ref or something
in WCW.
Yeah.
I don't recall the only time I ever saw Shaquille O'Neal was at a WWF show. Like, this was like
at Bash at the Beach '94. Shaq, along with Jimmy Hart, accompanied Hogan to the ring.
There you go. Yeah. There
wow.
You
go. I'm looking at a picture of Shaquille O'Neal wearing a Hulk Hogan Hulkster ripped up T-shirt and bandana.
Man, I don't remember that at all.
Right.
But what year you said that was? 94?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was not as into wrestling at that point in time.
I was not watching. I think we didn't have cable that year.
I was trying to become a rock star, and
I certainly wasn't buying that pay-per-view.
No, yeah, nobody wants to see fucking Flair do the honors to Hogan. Hogan's an egomaniac. I need that belt.
What was that one cage match they had? Was that at a Halloween Havoc between Flair and Hogan? Flair and Hogan. Oh. It had Sensational Sherry was involved as well.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Shit, I forgot to show that on. My sometime is just kicking in. So I forgot the name of that.
It was Halloween Havoc '94.
There you go.
Yeah,
that works. It sounds like it works.
Shaq was also a special guest host and put himself as a special ringside enforcer in a match involving Crime Time and Jericho and Big Show.
Oh wow,
brutal!
And he became a nominee for Raw Guest Host of the Year during the Slimy Awards, but he lost out to Bob Barker.
Oh.
Bob Barker was awesome. Didn't Bob Barker punch Jericho in the face? That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shaq. Can you imagine how much better Shaq would have been if Shaq was actually in shape?
For the wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
NBA or
Yeah.
No, NBA he was in decent shape, but he wasn't in tip top shape. He was in decent shape. No,
I think
he'd get blown up by the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Plus, he was a liability on
Yeah.
a free throw.
But, the big show.
So, anyone got anything going on over the next week?
One page closer to being done, working on page 21 to 22.
Yeah, Friday I'll be live at Real House Radio, Jim House. So we'll be doing this thing, and then there's a new YouTube video coming this also as well. So keep out the music. Yeah.
I'll be on Twitch Wednesday and Friday nights for the primetime jams, and then Friday night jams, and then May 31st, my new album is dropping on Bandcamp. Pedro Boyd.
This one time at Bandcamp.
This album dropped and people are dying.
Pedro will be twitching like a George Romero zombie.
This is like, how many people die on this new album?
How many people die?
But yeah, I'm very excited for people to hear the new album. I think May 29th, which will be a Wednesday on the Twitch, we're going to have an album listening party. That's 2 days before it comes out on Bandcamp.
Oh.
So yeah, if people
will refreshments be served?
Mayu Iwatani will be there. We'll check it out. She'll be there.
Oh, that's kind of hot.
Zeus knows what we're.
Check it out.
Check it out. But
Pedro's girlfriend in the house.
No. I've tried to get Stephanie on the air before, but she will not appear.
How come she won't come on the air? Oh, I think that would be so cool.
She will not appear on the air.
Why not?
It's just one of those things, Some people are, I've been performing in one stage or another since the 90s, so it's different for me. Some people just don't have that gear. It's just how it is.
Yeah, we can have our show at 8:00 at night on whatever night Bean wants that he won't show up.
That's true.
That guy.
Bean was on a Twitch stream once, though. He was on one of the art streams. Remember?
Yeah.
Zeus has been on
I actually had to talk with him and everything.
So are we going to be on next week? Anything coming up?
No, I think we're good to go next week, right?
Yep.
Okay. So
6 years of this crap. Anybody else has been around this long? We appreciate you.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate everybody that's added to it.
Anybody can listen. Anybody can listen to the three of us flap our gums for 6 years. Salute. You know what I'm saying?
Anyone
thanks to the 65,000 people that watched the one episode 21.
Yeah.
Analytics, huh?
Shut up.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who's ever watched and everyone who's ever been on and all that stuff. So
and B. Brian Bell for hanging out today.
Yeah,
that's right.
Everyone, we're gonna get Brian Bell on the show. So
yeah. He said we have to have a Tony Khan Love Fest for him to come.
No, it's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
Well,
I mean, if he wants to,
tag team draft. We'll have to come with tag team draft.
We want to do a Tony Khan
like
Love
we did
Fest.
Remember the serial draft and the Saturday morning cartoon draft? We can do that, but with tag teams or something.
Yeah, I guess we could do that. Yeah, but you have to leave out the Road Warriors because that's too easy.
James, you gotta leave out the Road Warriors. James gets the first pick, Zeus, and he's like, Road Warriors.
Road Warriors. The first pick of the number one draft, Road Warriors. Next.
Yeah, you'd have to leave them out because everybody's first pick is going to take them.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it would be no fun to put them in there. Yeah, because everybody in their right mind, they're number one.
I mean, I would be the person who just picks stuff that no one will pick. Just to
You wouldn't pick the Road Warriors #1, Pedro?
who knows? Who knows, James?
Oh my
I
stars
can't
and
say.
You
garters!
got to remember, he's a heart guy.
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
even
no,
pick the Heart Foundation?
I'm not saying I might even pick like some women's wrestling as #1 just to mess with stuff, just to be that person. But anyways, that's
Some
for future
obscure
conversations.
Joshi tag team.
That's for future conversations. But everyone, take care. Have a great weekend. Adios.
Peace. Happy Mother's Day out there,
Oh
everybody.
yeah,
All the
happy
moms.
Mother's Day to all the moms.
That's right.
Adios.
I'm Dukes. Happy Mom's Day.
Word to your mother.